All right, fuckers, welcome back to Broken Draw Community Challenge, right, on their Discord. And the more I look at this, oh, also draw along, please. Please feel free to actually draw along, do more work of your own, of course, and keep me on the background so I get retention and views and watch hours and money soon enough. Thank you very much. Anyways, but yeah, the more I look at this, the more I realize where a lot of the mistakes came into play. And again, it's good because that means I'm understanding exactly where the errors are. For example, spatial reasoning, a huge part of spatial reasoning is understanding the distance and relation between two objects, right? I didn't understand that here. This should be much longer, then it should be going out, then it should be coming back in, roughly around here, and then it should be going in into this, right? Something like that. It should be something like, because these are not as close as I made them seem here. Same with this one over here. This one's also very incorrect. Yeah, if I wanted to do that, this should have been much further back, then coming up, and then turning inwards. Same with this. This is completely wrong. This one should have been, let's see, going outwards, then coming out, and then I believe curving in, coming inside. This one was very, very off. But that's what I'm practicing here, right? So yeah, let's continue onwards, and hopefully now I'll have a better understanding of how these things are actually sort of placed in space, right? Because if I want something like this, then this one should outwards like so, and then yeah, then it's going along with the perspective, and then it's hopefully curving in. Same here, right? That, and then it's just following the perspective, I hope, to the best of our ability. Something like that, and then this. Something like that. I think this is a bit better because you can see it's following, hopefully following the perspective. But I made a mistake here because it's diverging. Diverging. But yeah, it's obviously all part of the plan, as they say. God's plan, which is technically my plan. But yeah, there's a lot of errors with this one, which I'm very happy about, to be honest. It's really forcing me to think about exactly the spatial reasoning, right? Like how everything connects. And again, like constantly thinking about the grid as well really helps too. So here, what do I want to do? I want to bring this, because it should have a bit more curve, right? So I want to do something maybe like, and then bring it something like that, and we can connect it here. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to follow the contours, right, while also respecting what's going on over here. Right, trying to keep the curves and everything in mind as well. Not bad. Some errors here because this is too thin and it's not following the perspective properly, but overall, and this is too curved. I mean, or sorry, not curved enough, but it's okay actually, because again, I'm thinking about the vanishing point. I showed my sister this and she seemed to like it. So I guess somewhere, somehow, at the very least, someone's happy with what I'm doing. So this is a bit too curved, but there you go, something like that. This one was, again, I think it's too wide of a curve. Should have been more seamless, hopefully. I'm kind of losing the perspective a little, which happens often, but it's okay. Just, there you go, something like that. Yeah, so very difficult, which is amazing. Amazing. Fucking psyche K. Right. Even something as simple as this can be complicated depending on how you want to approach it, right? I'm just adding a little cylinder there, I guess reinforce it for myself. And we can even do something like, and I know I'm really going off with the cylinders, but that's because I really want to get that down, right? So this is obviously to the right. So what we could do is something like, I think, hopefully, this is, I think, because it's going up and then it's turning in. Maybe this curve is, again, a little too pronounced, but we'll see. Right? This is really good exercise for spatial reasoning, because it's so fucking hard. But even here, right? You should do something very simple at first, seemingly simple like this. Right? But then we could turn it. Shit, that was an accident. Like that, right? So something like that. Going up here. Some things are not perfect, but it's essentially going out, up, this is too thin and the curve is incorrect. So then this is also incorrect. The curve is a bit too much. But either way, the point I think is hopefully that I'm following the planes, right? This one does have issues for sure. Yeah. So this should not have this curve, but that should, because we're seeing this. It should be more natural. It shouldn't have that curve. But either way, let me rest my brain. I'm starting to see it better. And biggest thing is I need to stop noodling with the lines, right? But slowly but surely I'll continue to work on that. And errors, right? Error is a good thing. So let's all rest our brains. Yeah, I should focus a little bit more on also how these cylinders do look in a specific perspective as well, right? Because we can't just assume so that was a mistake. I'll have to adjust that. There you go. Could have been a bit better, so why don't we try it again? Oh, again, fucked up the alignment. So that happens. This is a straight line, essentially. Okay, and then this, something where it's like, this is where the convergence is happening. Cool. Okay, I guess might as well finish this off as well. That's a bit off. Okay. Okay. All right. Wonder if there's anything else to connect, because there's a lot of issues. Like there's a lot of issues in terms of the spatial reasoning. But it's been 13 minutes, and obviously I want to get as many of these boxes down, of course, as possible. But maybe it's also just a matter of trying to add some scale to it, right? Something like that. Same thing here. Why don't we add it's good. The fact that I struggle with these lines is a good thing. Cool. Why don't we do something like that's a bit off. That's okay. I can actually do something like this. Now we can connect these over here, right? Make it difficult again for us. I want to do something maybe like that. Does that work? Maybe it does. I don't know if it's a bit too thick and it's not curved enough there, but I'm not gonna go over it. We have to allow ourselves to make that mistake and fully commit to that mistake, right? Otherwise, I'm gonna train myself to think that, oh, okay, like I'm just gonna keep drawing over, like I have done here. So I'm gonna untrain myself now from that. Okay, so vanishing point there. There's one kind of here. Okay, this one could work pretty well. Just very focused right now, so I guess that's why I am not speaking too much. But you should all expect that. That's what happens when you're focused, right? Okay, this isn't perfect because this is misaligned, but that's pretty good overall, I think. Cool. And I will just draw an ellipse here and an ellipse here. Let's say, alright, this should be flat essentially. Yeah, because that's where the horizon line is, right? So this is basically just flat. Cool. Getting it down, the more I add things, of course. We can just do something very simple here. Just a reinforcement of sorts. Though I kind of fucked it up here. Yeah, working through it. Cylinders are tough, difficult, but it's okay. See, I should have obviously made the boxes smaller as they went towards the vanishing point, but right now I guess I'm way more focused on just having boxes that follow this properly, because obviously I'm practicing and struggling with that. There you go. That's something to reinforce it. We can even do something like this. See, this way we're really reinforcing this little fisheye perspective. And maybe actually I could even draw a cylinder attached here. Okay, so I need to think about no, this should have gone sideways. Should have been more like that. How can I recover from this mistake? No, I can't. I'll just have to commit and pretend like this is correct. Although it isn't. It isn't at all. Yeah, that's completely incorrect. But it's okay, because I've committed. Can't take it back. It's what it is. Right. Oh, I completely fucked that up. Something like that. Cool. I'm gonna rest my brain again. Yeah, it's still, again, lots of issues, but this is great. I'm actually starting to understand a little bit more of the perspective, I think. So, yeah, I realized my commentaries died down drastically. I have nothing of value to add apart from, wow, this is looking bad, or does that look good? Oh, that's whatever. It's what it is. What can you do apart from yabba dabba doo? Alright. There you go. So things are starting to connect a bit more. I'm obviously going to add as many more cylinders, connecting as much as I can. And then it will just be about adding cylinders on top of whatever already exists, right? So let me rest my brain. I'm technically getting faster at this, which is pretty cool. All right, sick. Okay, this is on top. That makes sense. Should I just keep this as a box? I would like to add a cylinder, but I guess for the time being, we'll just keep it as is. Use it as a line practice as well. Right, nothing perfect. Cool. Something to reinforce the perspective, I guess. But now I want to add, maybe something can be done regarding this. Is there any way, or are these too close together? Well, maybe at this side. Right, and I could always add something here, actually. Oh yeah, I could definitely have a cylinder connect to this. And okay, so let's see. Something like that, and then maybe it can. Something like that. Right. Wait, but that's too much of a curve. It should have been something more like this. Yeah, that's too much of a curve. But the idea was coming out, coming down, going alongside the curve, and coming back down again. But that's way too much of a curve, which is good. The fact that I can acknowledge that, that's also really, really important. So it's fine. And I guess I wanted to add something here, but maybe I can actually. Yeah, because that's where the vanishing point is. I guess it's very close to the near the page, right? Cool. Okay. And I guess I'll do this as well. Just always thinking about the grid is what I'm trying to do, right? It's very difficult. And the thing is, it's easy in the sense that I have the rest of these lines to inform the lines around them. But like what I'm drawing here, I have this line right here to show that, okay, well, I can follow this one. Same thing here, right? You can be like, oh, okay, so this is also following kind of like that. So, and this one actually should have been more like that. But the point is, I'm trying to visualize the grid despite having quote unquote hacks to do it, right? To visualize it a bit easier. Because at the end of the day, when I start, I'll only have a couple lines, no? So it's important to know exactly where everything is going to be coming from. Now this, I think spatially, it's not that, thankfully it's not, I mean, no, am I thankful for the fact that it's not that hard? No, I wish it was hard. But I gotta think, okay, what's overlapping here? Nothing's overlapping here. It's okay. There you go. Something like that. Again, that's too much of a curve, I think. It's okay. And let me do this. Right, so we got something like, it should be coming down and then over. So something like that, I guess. But is there anything overlapping here? Again, that's too harsh of a curve. Should have been more subtle. right? I'm just trying to think. What is overlapping? Is this correct? Likely not. But I know I'll see it afterwards. I'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. This thing needs more curve, maybe. Shit, let me think about this a bit more. Yeah, this is essentially 5-point perspective, but it looks like 4-point, right? Because we get 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. But technically, this is just on the very, very edge of the page. So this is the middle point, and then the 5th one's over here, which is why it's still a fisheye lens. That's how I'm understanding it, right? It's like so, similar to what I did prior, but prior it was a straight horizon line. It was a straight horizon line, and it was more so it was down here or some shit, right? I had the bottom, but it was more centered. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Oh yeah, I was gonna do something with this one. Is there anything I could still do with this? Probably not. We can just reinforce what we already know. See, a big part of my errors are also just my lines are very poor, right? So that's why having good line quality is also very important. Okay, so let me rest my brain again. And I think I might be done with all the different connections and stuff I want to do. We'll see. Maybe I'll add something here because there's a bit of a gap there, right? But yeah, let me see. And I fucking love art, and I hope whoever is listening or watching loves art as well, right? And if you don't, I'm sure you continue on your journey, you too will find the passion that I've thankfully found as well, right? It's in all of us. That's the beautiful part, is the fact that every single one of us have it in us to become our version of an amazing artist, right? So yeah, you can definitely do it. I believe in you. I know it's probably really random, like every fucking so often in my videos, I'll be like, I believe, oh my god, I love you. But it's the truth. You know, my memeing aside, I genuinely think anybody can do what they put their mind to, right? It just takes time, effort, and consistency. And time will pass, effort will be expended regardless of what you're doing. So why not expend it doing something you love? You know, in this case, the artisanal crafts, artisanal, whatever. This is a way I can hopefully bring these together. So this brought it forward. Is there something else? I'm trying to think. Spatially, this should probably be turned over a little bit. think this is okay. So what I'm trying to do is turn it. I don't know if that's correct. I definitely think I fucked it up, but follow the grid again. Bring this down. This down. Follow the grid, and then if we say it ends right there, we'll do something like that. What I was trying to do here, which I definitely think I made a mistake on, is bring this over, and yeah, just attaching it would have been nice. But in my mind, I thought maybe there was some space to go back and around, but that's an incorrect cylinder, obviously. So that's a mistake, which I'm gonna have to live with, right? But there you go. This should bring it all together. There you go. That should make relative sense, right? It's all going here. Fuck it. Why don't we? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I think I fucked it up. Where the fuck is this going? What the fuck is this? Oh, this is in front. No idea what the fuck I'm doing. I think that one completely fucked it up. I don't understand what I just did. But I'm gonna leave it. God, that shit hurt my fucking brain. But good. It's a good thing that hurt my brain. I'm very happy it hurt my brain. And now we just draw cylinders. So let's see. This one is gonna go roughly. Bit of a warped cylinder, but a cylinder nonetheless. Sure. Same thing here. Just little cylinders, I guess, I could draw. Trying to think about the grid as much as possible, but oh, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain again, and then I'm just gonna fill everything with tiny little cylinder additions. Cause yeah, it's been 40 minutes. Cool. This was very difficult. Very difficult. Tilting the fucking horizon line. Goddamn. And obviously, I was trying much more complex cylinder bends. So tomorrow during my live stream, I'll probably practice just bending cylinders in more complicated ways in general, and I think that should help a lot too. But I'll do that as well as practicing at least once or twice the crazy scooter mannequin to keep it in my memory, because that's something I want to really instill. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain. But yeah, anyways, I hope this shows, at the very least, I hope this practice shows that no matter how good you think your perspective is, there's always somewhere, some way to get better, right? And in my case, yeah, there's always a way to get better. And like again, even if quote unquote my perspective skills may have seemed very impressive to some, right? There was and is always a higher ceiling, right? A higher level to achieve. And that's what I'm kind of trying to show here. Kind of trying to show here is the fact that no matter how good you think you are, there's always an Asian better. In this case, a South Asian. But no, seriously. Yeah, there's like this was fucking hard as shit. Super difficult, right? Because again, you're thinking about everything that can and will be in the grid. In my case, I'm really trying to think about everything at once, especially. And here too, I'm doing another thing now where I'm thinking about the grid, thinking about all the lines, but I'm also thinking about the center point of this, and then bringing it out as per the perspective so this thing can be centered. And because it's so skewed, I have to think about that skewing as well. And also I'm thinking about how to keep my hands, my fingers nice and steady, right? Everything, a million things being thought of right now. So this is why you don't underestimate perspective, because it will fuck you up the ass. Gee, that was horrible. I'm trying to add a little bit of scale here. And again, like the goal is with each line I can visualize the plane, the square plane or the box that it is contained within, right? The end goal in general is always to be able to see the simplest underdrawing. Oh fuck! Speaking of, I completely forgot to finish this off. Okay. Is there anything else that's empty? I don't think so. This is the fucking problem with drawing too much shit. I don't even know what's what anymore. But I'm really happy. I drew infinitely more bent cylinders this time around, which I think did add a lot to the fuckery, for sure. Right? So again, this is the plane, that's the minor axis. So is it just something like this? Maybe. Yeah, might be something like that. And really trying to keep my hands stable, focusing on clean lines to the best of my ability, because I know my lines need a lot of work. Of course, I don't want to build any bad habits either, as much as I can, right? That's good. That helps with the skew of things. Okay, let's just add another box here. Hopefully that fills in some gaps. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I think it maybe did help a little bit. Just trying to see where else I can add more cylinders. This is a fucky one, of course. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that, but maybe. Where can I add cylinders? I could literally do something like this, and that, coming back on down, and this. So what is that like? Maybe something like that, right? Something here. There you go. Maybe that, maybe that helped with the perspective, or maybe that just made it worse. Actually, who knows? But yeah, we could even do things like this. Right, not perfect actually, not really super accurate. But again, let's see. This is literally where the horizon line is. So it could be got to add the bottom for that. Something like that. Okay, it's been almost 50 minutes. Cool. I'm gonna keep going until we hit an hour at the very least, of course. But drawing skewed ellipses are also actually pretty difficult, but fun, very fun. So I'm thinking, right? Then it's like, what the fuck? How does that even fit in into that? Does that even make sense? If I'm, it's interesting, to be honest, when skewed planes are involved and then you have to fit an ellipse into that. Very awkward plane. But this is simpler. Yeah, just drawing a normal cylinder like that, that's much simpler. Again, I know it may seem very, I guess, uncomfortable, foreign, a bit of an intimidating task to visualize an entire plane and then put an ellipse inside of it. But I grinded that for months. For half a year, I grinded the shit out of that. It is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It is. It's very fucking hard to visualize a plane, a square plane, a plane in any specific perspective, right? A plane like this, and then to just visualize an ellipse that's pretty decently, if not quote unquote perfectly inside of it, right? Very, very hard. As you can see, I made a lot of fuck ups here, like fucking infinite fuck ups, right? Because it's so difficult. But again, it's in this difficulty that you learn, right? Otherwise, we might as well just put down the pen and just watch somebody else draw, which I hope you're not doing. I hope you're actually drawing. I really, really hope whoever's watching is actually drawing, right? Because that's what this is for. This is, yeah, it's an art progress channel, but really, it's our progress channel. We're a community. Please subscribe to my Patreon and give me money. But yeah, no. If I'm gonna foster a community, I want to foster a community where people actually do draw, right? Or where people actually enjoy the arts. You know, it is an art channel after all. And even if you're watching my progress, I would want you to make progress as well alongside me, right? Which is why I shill and say, keep me on in the background. Because that way I gain retention, views, and perhaps even monetization, and you gain, what is it, a parasocial relationship, as well as your own progress. And perhaps you learn something from all the fucking goddamn, what is it, all the times I'm spamming and repeating and about perspective, right? So hopefully you have been working on your perspective. Because look at this. Try this. if you want your perspective to be challenged, first just do a normal cube grid. But if you're a bit more advanced, I guess like I am, right? Add bent cylinders. That's really gonna challenge your spatial reasoning. Like this is also wrong. There's so many. I think 80% of the cylinders here again are wrong. But I still made progress because the cylinders I attempted were actually more difficult in their turns, their twists, and their orientation um, than the ones I did before. So you see, like you always keep pushing yourself. You always want to kind of seem like you're just barely getting it, because the way I approach it is I try to just make it as difficult as possible. But I'm gonna rest my brain and then I'm gonna keep going with yeah, it's like 9 minutes left, right? I'm also not in a rush, but I'm in a bit of a time crunch because it's Father's Day, right? What is it, June 13th? I don't fucking know what day it is, bro. When you're jobless, all the days blend together. But yeah, it's Father's Day, so we're gonna have a nice little dinner. But yeah, anyways, let me rest my brain. I encourage you to rest your brain as well. All right, let me see what else I can add. Kind of feel as if I'm running out, but I know there's a few boxes here that are actually very incorrect perspective-wise, but not much can be done about that now, right? That's why I'm a bit hesitant to add boxes in this area, because I feel as if it'll only highlight the errors. And yeah, I don't mind highlighting errors, that's completely fine. But I wouldn't want to ruin the illusion that I have going either, right? So, yeah, yes. Cylinders and skewed planes are definitely very interesting to look at because they are not correct, but because everything is so skewed, technically it is correct. Right? Oh, such a funny joke. Oh, yes. How are Martha and the kids? Oh. Fuck, that's incorrect line. But there you go. I fixed it a little. I don't know what to do next. I feel as if I fucking fill this with everything I can, but never have we ever actually filled it. And again, like I'm constantly trying to visualize that grid, right? Like what lines are being encompassed here. So that's interesting. So it is just something kind of simple like this. I'm sure there's more nuance to it in terms of if I was trying to be like as fucking accurate as possible and there was a program which was showcasing what this would look like, there would be the slightest differences in how it curves around the planes that I'm visualizing, but it still is believable, hopefully, which is pretty good, I think. I don't know if this one's accurate. It might be. I probably just shouldn't have made this so long. But it is long now, so what can you do? Just leave that as an error. Error! Okay, here's more. I'm pretty sure this is way too skewed. I'm pretty sure that's inaccurate. Again, this one should have been more like, right? But we're working through it. Let's see, what else is there? Should I just end this video early, right? A below 1 hour video, incredible. I never thought we'd see the day as a hashtag Vicky family. Yeah, I don't have energy for that shit today. Yeah, I'm not like oobly goobly goobly. I'm Vicky. None of that shit right now. Just kind of focused on the drawing, and yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done, which is great. You know, we're all works in progress. There you go, something like that. I don't know, not much to add. Okay, I can add a cylinder here, that's for sure. Okay, so what would that look like? It's very skewed. This is the plane, it's going down there. So it's like this. It's pretty fucking skewed. Something like that. It doesn't make sense outside of this perspective, which is the crazy part, because it's just a plane. Like, again, it's like this, 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 this. So really, that's this ellipse, roughly this type of ellipse is the only thing that can fit inside that grid, right? Because it's such a, what's it called? What the fuck is this called again? Yeah, it's called 5-point perspective, but what is the fisheye lens? Curvilinear. It's a curvilinear perspective. Yeah. So again, here, something like this. That's, wait, what's the plane here? Oh, it's just this. Wouldn't really make sense otherwise. Something like that. I think that one's probably incorrect. But let's do another one here. So this. Okay, well, the back ellipse should have been much wider in terms of a degree, but that's something you can work on, which is fine. Okay, I'm gonna call it here because I literally can't think of anything else to add. I'm sure there are things to add, but yes. Broken Draw Community Challenge cube stacking, which I fucking essentially took to the next level with adding bent cylinders and stuff, right? And then I took it to the next level again by fucking tilting the horizon line and making it a very, essentially the main vanishing point on the edge of the page. So very difficult, very fucking difficult. I'm gonna continue onwards with my reference drawing tomorrow. Oh no, fucking Tuesday, because tomorrow's streaming day. Right, tomorrow I'll just practice my weaknesses, which is gonna be these bent cylinders, the bike mannequin, and just lines. Right, I'll just focus on general weaknesses. I think that's a good way to use the stream. Right. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed all that shit. Yep. And what else? What else is there? Oh yes, like, subscribe, I guess. And nobody's fucking liking or subscribing for a while anyways. Not till I'm the GOAT. And even when I do become the GOAT, will this channel take off? Who knows? My confidence is wavering. Why? Because suddenly my titties are out on the internet, and I don't know if that makes me a slut. And we'll have to see where that goes, right? I don't want to get DMCA'd by OnlyFans. take away from their take away from their target audience. But yeah, either way, 500 sub Q&A, that's what I'm referring to. Watch that shit, right? If you want to learn about art, or at least my thoughts on art, specific things, right? Some people ask me about the process and all that shit, why I wanted to be an artist. If you're just curious as to my thoughts on specific parts of art and kind of like how I got into it, yeah, feel free to watch it. Apart from that, as always, fuck you for watching, keep drawing, and please give me money. Thank you.